Saint Teresa Benedicta of the Cross. Much has been written lately about the famous German convert from Judaism, Saint Teresa Benedicta of the Cross, also known as Edith Stein. She was a mystic, religious, and martyr. But one of the lesser-known aspects of her life is her strong devotion to the Blessed Mother. After several years of delay, as Edith finally prepared to enter Carmel, she stood outside the grill in the convent parlor in front of the community for a formal examination. The final test proved exceedingly difficult. They asked her to sing a little song, as was the custom of the house. Sing? What could she sing? She had not used her voice in this way in years. But she recalled a Marian hymn that the girls she had taught at Speyer sang, and somehow that song had found its way into her heart. It was a simple little tune, Signa du Maria, Bless Thou Mary. Needless to say, the sisters were satisfied, and Edith was accepted into Carmel. So Mary, the Mother of God, blessed the desire of Edith Stein to become a Carmelite, and Mary helped her to enter her own order. Her teaching on Mary. Several years prior to this, Edith had enjoyed a stint as a popular philosopher and lecturer. In her Salzburg lecture on the ethos of women's professions, she addressed the special maternal gifts of women. She says, "Woman tends toward the living and the personal. She wants the whole, to cherish, to keep and protect. This is her natural, her authentically maternal desire. To share in another's life, to take part in all that concerns him, in the greatest as well as in the smallest things, in joy and sorrow, but also in his work and problems. That is her special gift and her happiness." The model for this work of mother and protector that Edith proposes is, of course, the Mother of God. She says, "Mary at the wedding feast of Cana, her quietly observing eyes see everything and discover where something is missing. And before anyone else notices anything, before there is any embarrassment, she has already remedied the situation. She finds ways and means. She gives the necessary directions, everything quietly and without attracting attention. Let this be the example of women." In Edith's view, Our Lady reveals the natural vocation of woman. The image of the Mother of God shows us clearly which attitudes of the soul of the woman correspond to her natural vocation. In relation to man, obedience, confidence, and participation in his life, which favors his objective duties and the development of his personality. In relation to the babe, faithful protection, care, and development of the talents bestowed on him by God. And for both one and the other, complete gift of self and promptness in withdrawing into silence when she is not needed. Our saint emphasizes that the term "Mary is the heart of the Church" is not just a figurative imagining, but a very real statement. In the same way as head and heart play a prominent part in the human body, whose other organs and members depend on them for their being and working, so also Mary, because of her unique relationship with Christ, must have a real, that is to say, a mystical relationship with the other members of the Church. This relationship is superior to that between the other members in degree, manner, and importance, in a way analogous to the relationship between a mother and her children, which is also superior to that between the children themselves. Saint Teresa Benedicta of the Cross goes on to calling Mary our mother in the most real and eminent sense, surpassing earthly motherhood. She writes, "She, Mary, has borne us into our life of grace by casting her whole being, body and soul, into the divine maternity. Therefore, she is intimately united to us. She loves us. She knows us. She is anxious to make each of us what he ought to be, especially to bring each of us into as close a relationship as possible to our Lord." Saint Teresa Benedicta's lesson for women of today. Aware of the needs of modern women, Saint Teresa Benedicta of the Cross points out the special significance that Mary holds for women in a number of her writings. Here are two short excerpts. Woman's entrance into the various professional fields can be a real blessing for all social life, whether private or public, provided she preserves the specific feminine ethos. And in this case, too, we could turn our gaze to the Mother of God. In their maternity, whether natural or supernatural, and in their vocation to be brides of God, the maternity and the divine bridehood of the Virgin Mary are, as it were, continued. And so we may believe in the cooperation of Mary wherever a woman fulfills her womanly vocation, as well as in all the work of the Church.